Well, JPMorgan has just issued a dire warning stating that our power grids now pose a national security risk to the American people due to our aging infrastructure. And specifically, I would call that, blackouts, rolling blackouts, our grid not being reliable. I mean, there's a lot of things that could put us at a national security risk. But more importantly, AI also plays a really big part of that, because with all the new demands that AI have, we don't have enough source to power a lot of that. So this is really something that hits home for me, and something that I think we should all at least be ready and prepared for. Take a look at where I got it. And this is actually on ROIC.ai. Aging power grids pose a national security risk, JPMorgan warns. It goes on to state that aging power grids are shifting from neglected infrastructure to strategic assets, with JPMorgan Chase warning that outdated electricity systems now pose a national security risk. According to people familiar with the matter, the bank's assessment highlights vulnerabilities to extreme weather, cyber attacks, and the rising energy shocks driven by surging demand from AI. That's the key: electrification and industrial growth. Quote, "What we're seeing is a convergence of factors that make grid resilience a top priority," said a source close to the discussions who spoke on a condition of anonymity. Efforts to modernize grids have gained urgencies as geopolitical instability and supply chain pressures strain already fragile systems, creating bottlenecks that could disrupt critical infrastructure. Without significant upgrades, experts warn the reliability of bulk power delivery could falter, impacting everything from data centers to manufacturing hubs. Now, the article goes on to state that JP Morgan's analysis, detailed in recent briefings, projects goal spending on grid infrastructure to reach approximately $5.8 trillion. Now, that's a lot. By 2035, including about $1 trillion in the U.S., this framing position grid upgrades as a massive investment opportunity, with public-private partnership and regulatory approvals accelerating in regions like the PJM. Grids are no longer just about keeping the lights on. They're about energy, independence, and security, the source added, noting that the resilience has become a key focus for policymakers and investors alike. So this is where we're at. And I used to work for the power company years before I do what I do now, but it's a very important issue. And the fact that we've got this aging infrastructure, on top of the fact that we've got these AI data centers and these chip centers being built, the two only can equal one thing: massive issues. And third, we've got the Democrats trying to downgrade our power through sources like wind and solar that, quite frankly, and battery, these things can't support AI technology, not to the level we need them. And these are the things that the Democrats are trying to do right now to make us go green or whatever, which is completely destroying the grid. And they've already done a lot of problems, or done a lot of things in the past that have caused a lot of problems and blackouts. We've had blackouts in Texas. We had blackouts in California, up in the Northwest, due to a lot of these Democrat policies. And God forbid that the AI demand is going to get more and bigger. We have the aging infrastructure, and on top of it, they're going green. Our power grid is screwed if changes aren't made. Here's another article kind of reiterating all of that. E&E News by Politico. AI power demand creates high likelihood, high impact grid risk. Again, this is a very current article, March 2026, but it goes on to state that North America's electric grid watchdog is acting with urgency to guard against widespread power outages stemming from the volatile energy demand of data centers. The North American Electricity Reliability Corporation, the grid's not-for-profit security monitor, is moving to draft new standards for a large AI computing hub that could lead to regulation of their operators. Now, the article goes on to state this. A recent NERC white paper says the extreme power fluctuations during the training of AI models when power demand can swing by hundreds of megawatts in an instant is a high likelihood, high impact risk. It's a threat that could potentially throw carefully calibrated power grids out of balance and lead to uncontrolled cascading outages. It goes on to say that this already happened in Virginia, right? NERC highlighted a 2024 incident when a transmission outage in Virginia created a sharp voltage spike. Controls for dozens of data centers automatically separated from the grid and switched to backup power to protect sensitive computer chips and their cooling systems. Grid operators suddenly faced an unexpected roughly 1,500 megawatt loss in power demand. The larger grid was able to keep operating, but NERC said the same incident involving a larger cluster of supersized data centers would create an unacceptable risk of cascading shutdowns and widespread outages. The organization issued an alert on these issues last September. So obviously, we need to elect the right people into office that are willing to look into these kinds of things because, Lucy, we have a problem. And it's something I think we need to put at the forefront. And we need to stop getting the Democrats in office because they are destroying our power grid even worse. But with all of that, I want to encourage you guys, you want to really be in the know. You want to know what is truly going on. Then you've got to get to restrictedrepublic.com. I created this in light of all the censorship that is really happening. There's a lot. Another reason I created this other channel here. But if you want the inside scoop, the nitty gritty, my full opinion on it all, I have to take it there. But get to restrictedrepublic.com and sign up there and become a subscriber. Join thousands of others. I really hope to see you there. We've got that exclusive content there. But anyhow, with all of that, I love you all. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.